in Los Angeles at Super Bowl 56, and it continues to be the tour of old ESPN friends and family as we have another one of my buddies joining me, Darren Rovell, formerly of ESPN, and this guy knew so much about the business world and insight, and he had the foresight to know gambling was going to be a big part, but you know what? ESPN decided, hey, we don't need your services. So now he's a part of the Action Network. It's a great app. Darren, thanks for joining me, and tell us a little bit about what you're doing with the Action Network.
So essentially, first of all, Dave, it's great to see you. In 2018, I was with ESPN. I had eight months left on my deal, and I just asked them, hey, how much are you going to go into gambling? They said they wouldn't go too far because they're a Disney company. I called up Chad Millman, my old boss at ESPN, and basically said, hey, let's do this. The Action Network is basically the Bloomberg of sports betting, 25 years of data, nothing with the gut, all with data. And, we have an amazing award-winning app. So if you don't want to bet with your gut and you actually want to look at trends and data over 25 years of gambling history, we have it all. And we have guys who talk about it just from a data standpoint.
And sports business obviously is your forte. How much has the sports business world changed in the last couple of years during COVID, when more and more people had free time to gamble or do things, especially with all the online betting?
It's the entire world. It's like when people have COVID, they're all on tilt now. It's crypto, it's Bitcoin, it's memorabilia, it's NFTs, it's things that, it's the metaverse. Hey, listen, the virtual world looks really good when the physical world doesn't. So, I think everyone is on tilt, and it's funny because in some sense, the sports gambling world is the most calm thing going. If you think about Bitcoin going up and down, 6% a day. So I just think we've needed to survive, and our brains have needed to memorabilia. Just look at memorabilia and how that's gone up. I think it's been really interesting to watch all the sectors of what people are doing to keep their brains interested.
Speaking of brains, Jim McMahon walking around, and there are two people in a wheelchair in Radio Row. One is Jim McMahon, the other is me. So that's kind of cool. But Darren Rovell joining us here on Radio Row. And Darren, I'm wondering, though, the things that we don't talk about, the unspoken, because I know your guys' website talks about that. There's numbers for help. But all these kids, all these people that never had access to gambling before, in the next few years, are we going to see this cycle where these college kids and things like that have become addicts and didn't have?
So this is the key, because I do a lot with mental health, and people are like, well, how are you gambling and mental health at the same time? And the truth is, I can only do what I can do. And listen, as live betting becomes more prevalent, and as the attitude is buy the dip, right? The problem is that there's philosophies that are in crypto that these kids are in, that then they're going to translate, whether they like it or not. They have the habit of doing it to betting on an over on a game and betting again and again and again.
Or parlaying now and all those things.
Correct. Yeah, a correct score parlay hits $20 for $574,000, and then everyone starts doing correct score parlays. So what I like to do is I like to say when I lost. I like to say when I have a horrible week. I like to tell you how much I lost. Now, how much is relative to what I make and what I can do, but I like to tell you I have a bankroll. I like to tell you every time I bet NFL, I've portioned out this much money for today. That's it. And so through my behavior, because I think our industry has a reputation of only saying when you're winning, sharing my losses constantly is a way to basically say, we are not all winners. I don't have all winners. I've had horrible months, and I've had great months, and you're going to hear about the horrible months just as much.
That's great. And yeah, like I said, I worry because my kids tell me, hey, I can buy.
How old are they?
18, 16 and 14. I should remember that off the top of my head. But in fact, my oldest son, who's 18, used my own email to get his account, and he's winning. And they send me the check, and then you get the IRS thing after that. But it's like, I wanted to do the $5 thing where you could win 156 or whatever that was, and I'm like, I don't get to. But it's those kind of things that I worry about, or the things like, buying video clips. That's like, I could just go on YouTube and get the same Michael Jordan 5-foot jump shot against Cleveland in 1985.
Well, so that's an interesting one. I mean, listen, for that, I would say, you own a number associated with that, the top shots. Like, you don't own the Mickey Mantle photo in a 1952 Topps. You own the right to that version. I did not get into Top Shot. I don't think it has any utility really, but yes, there's nothing. Now, if you could sit in an NBA seat because you own this something else, like then I'd be okay. But it doesn't really have that much utility beyond just saying I own a piece of this highlight. Hey, I might own the highlight if they say every time it plays on YouTube, you get a piece.
Yeah, well, then maybe that's right.
Yeah.
But then on the hand, you can also downlink that Buddy Biancalana home run just off of YouTube. So maybe it's my old brain.
What is that? Game 2 of the 1985 World Series?
Not a big call for that one. But so, Darren, what is going to be the future of sports betting? Is it going to become worldwide access to these sites and things like that
We have 19 states now mobile. We have like 23 operational. I think it is gone as fast as we expected in terms of spread. But when you look at how big New Jersey's been, $11 billion bet. They said in 2018 that at maturity, New Jersey would be at $8 billion, and now they're at $11 billion. New York having a $1.6 billion first month in only 23 days.
How soon before the government comes in with their hands out, they'll going, hey, we're missing a big piece of this pie?
I think they understand that it's the state's decision. That's what the Supreme Court said. So I don't think that will come to fruition.
All right. Again, one last question. What sets Action Network apart from all the others? Because I know how good it is. I know you believe in it. They wouldn't have somebody like you working for them if you weren't a journalist and brought some legitimacy.
Again, it's the data. It's what does the data say? It's not I like the Bengals or I like the Rams. There's no emotion to it. Everyone who writes for our site, everyone who does video for our site is basically going back to the data. Every opinion they have is based on the data, and that's kind of what makes us different from, we're not touting, we're handicapping based on what is there. If you want to know when the wind is blowing 10 miles per hour in a Big Ten game, how many times the under hits over the last 25 years, we have it.
Wow. All right. Well, that sets everybody up for winning, especially this weekend. Before you go, I don't need to know spread. I don't need to know whatever. Do you have a gut pick for this?
I like the Rams. I don't like them. I like them on the money line. I don't like them on the spread, but I do like the Rams. Close game.
All right. Well, let's hope for that. We've got the best in the business. That is Darren Rovell, one of my old friends from ESPN. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're busy. And go to actionnetwork.com. Again, these are not just, hey, I feel like I got to pick because of the mascot. He gives you genuine things to find out as far as weather, time, injury play, all of these things going into it. Does contract option year things or people incentives, do those ever play in?
For week 17, yeah. I mean, a lot of it was who are the guys that need the money and how do you play that? Did the bookmakers factor that in on the totals? Yeah, we definitely played that.
And Gronk got his money.
Gronk got his money. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you,
Thanks,
Darren.
Dave.
It's great always seeing you. It's not the Super Bowl without Darren Rovell. Dave Stevens on Radio Row. That's going to wrap up our coverage for today. Don't forget to watch Ability Media online and all over the place. Those kids at Q30 are doing a great job. I'm going to head out to Nate Boyer's movie, the premiere of MVP. So we'll have some reports and some stuff right there. So tune in tomorrow as we start things in the morning with LeGarrette Blount, three-time Super Bowl champion. So Dave Stevens at Radio Row, wrapping up live from Los Angeles. And believe me, back in Connecticut, it's almost as cold in here in the Radio Row as it is back east. But that's going to wrap it up for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed all we did today. We're going to do a lot more tomorrow. Stay tuned. Follow Dave Stevens Speaks